When I started the 90-day nutrition program, by the end of the 90 days, I had basically lost a little over 30 pounds, and I had lost about 15% body fat. And that was something that I never really thought I'd be able to do in that period of time. And just overall, gives you a much better sense of self and how you feel. I had tried some dieting on my own before, but I usually wouldn't stick to it because I wouldn't see results. And I realized part of it was just that I really needed to be committed to doing it. Whenever this opportunity came up, I thought about it for a while, and I asked myself, are you really going to put the effort into it and change your habits? And I decided that I was ready to do that. So I said, this is the time, this is my opportunity to really try to make a change. If you want to see results, you have to do something. And if you can do something like this, for me, getting part of this program was the fact, it was multiple things. So there was a lot of good information provided, made me look at my eating habits and just food in general a little bit differently. We had group discussions and just hearing what other people were also going through and how, giving each other tips and ideas on what to do. That all just helped motivate me. And so, again, it's very hard to lose weight, I think, on your own, but when you've got other people that are there encouraging you and you're getting some good feedback and some good ideas on how to deal with it, I think that all makes it well worthwhile. So I would definitely recommend anybody that wants to join into this program. It's hard to say in some ways because there are areas in my life that I've always had a lot of confidence, and then areas where I've lacked confidence. And I think you just kind of, sometimes when you have some weight on you that you don't want to have, you look at yourself differently, and you just maybe not as proud of what you have accomplished. And the fact that I made it through this, and then we're here 2 years later, and I've maintained keeping the weight off, it just has built my confidence up in the things that I can do, and just gives me a better, I have a better opinion of myself in my image when I'm out, and just overall, just knowing, like I said, just knowing that I could do something that I'd tried multiple times on my own and had failed at, it just gives you a boost. And also, you got more energy. When you lose some extra weight, you do end up having more energy to do more things. So overall, very positive. In some of the information I got, a lot of it is looking at the calories and what calories are in things. And yes, I've always known that, but I've never really paid attention to the extent that I was. And then through discussions and through some of the reading that we were given, and like I said, a lot of talking back and forth, you realize when you think you're not eating much, because maybe in quantity you're not eating much, but you realize that what you're eating isn't good for you in the quantities that you're eating it. I think was just like the group discussions and just hearing what everybody else was struggling with, and then how we gave each other tips on what we would, either different foods that somebody would find that was lower in calories, lower in sodium, lower in fat, whatever, and giving people different options, just little tips on how to deal with it. And the fact that you don't feel alone, you realize that this is a struggle that most people have, unless they were lucky enough to be born thin and stayed thin their whole life. So I think that's what I really liked about it, was just the interactions with everybody, and using that as a motivator to keep me on track and to keep me going.